Hi. Okay, just a quick announcement before the video starts. I have reached 50 subscribers. And this video is actually my 50 subscriber special, and I just want to say thank you for those who have taken the time to actually watch my videos and give my channel a chance. I just want to say thank you so much. But like I'm saying, like the title says, in today's video I will be teaching new people how to play this game. Okay, so first of all, we have the three fundamentals. We have ground, we have walls, and we have branching. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you all how to do all of those fundamentals and to at least get an understanding about it. Okay, but so first we're going to start off with branching. And branching, to me, it's really easy. You just hop around branch. But I have seen mistakes by multiple noobs, or new players, like I should say. I have seen people, let me demonstrate real quick. They go onto branches, but they just walk. They don't actually, it's good to walk, because it's, building, your, sense, for, routes and stuff. But what I say I should do is just bounce around. What I mean is, just bounce around the branches, very slowly. Just, get, an understanding of how people branch. You just bounce and find branches that are accessible and easy to get to easily. And that's my first tip about branching. And now, my other tip about branching is we're going to learn how to scale. And I have seen people multiple times, they're like, how do you do this? Because they've seen people scale. And this tip is going to be really, helpful for people that want to know how to scale. So what you do is you use, one hand and you bounce, basically. Technically, you just push up and you reach for the branch. And then for new players, I'd give it slow, and then you bounce and reach to the other branch, and then you just jump up to the branch. And so what that would look like, sped up, would be like this. It would look like this. Ow. Hold on, let me retry that. So that's basically how you scale, is you just look up to. That's one of the main tips, is you have to look up when you scale. You can't be looking at your hands when you scale, because you won't see the branch. And I've seen multiple people make that mistake. They'll be looking at their hands and they won't see the branch, and that's just a mistake that I've seen. And my final tip is routes. I will be showing 2 beginner routes and 1 advanced route. Okay, so my first beginner route is going to be actually the first route that I've ever made. So you come over from platforms, you go over from that big snow, you'll see this big tree right here, you'll see the platform right after the snowball. That's where it starts. You'll see this branch right here, and you'll just want to jump onto this branch, jump onto this branch, jump onto this branch right here, which is right across from it. And then you're going to want to jump onto this branch, jump up to this branch, and just push up to this branch. And then you'll be at the big branch of Stump. And this is what it's going to look like sped up. Let me get to my place where it starts. Let me just get to that real quick. And so it looks like this, a sped up version. Okay, so you just bounce over here, and you bounce up, and you get to it. And then you just freestyle after that. Here is my other route, and it is going to be how to get from the gazebo to the bridge over there. So you go to the gazebo, and you go from this to this branch, and then you bounce up to this branch, and then you bounce to this branch, and then you don't you want to push off the treehouse. Like, let me re-show y'all. You want to push off of it. You don't want to like go inside of it. Just push off, like as a booster. And then, like I said, in scaling, you're gonna want to like scale up a kind of, like it's kind of like a scale. And then you scale up to this. It's like right here. You'll see it right here. And you want to like get to that, and you want to bounce here, which is right below this one. And then you're just gonna jump to from here to here, and that is literally like right across from each other. From that one to that one is easy. And now here is my advanced one. It actually includes like these little bouncy things that were in like the newest update for Lemming's birthday. And so you basically just bounce around the branches. And so I'm gonna do it like slowly. You bounce from here to here, up to here, and then you want to bounce up to this one. You turn around and you bounce back this way, and then you bounce, and then you freestyle from that. I usually like to go from the cake to the wall, back to the cake, and scale up that tree right there. And those are all my tips for scaling or branching. Now let's move on to ground. So ground in particular for me is very, very easy. And I've seen people, when they try to teach new players how to do ground, they say you have to tap like this. And it's fine, but at the same time, it's not fine. Because you're like slowing them down, almost. Like, it's good as a start, but like, it's not good at the same time. Because you want to stretch out your arms when you run, because it makes you go a lot faster. So here's my run, and it makes me go pretty fast in my like eyes. Anyways, so I'm gonna show you how you do it. You take your right hand, you want to swipe, like you're swiping against the ground, and with this hand you're pushing back. Anytime you swipe, you push. You swipe, you push, and you repeat that motion. And it's gonna be weird at first, but just practice it on and on and on. It just takes like 30 seconds of practice. You swipe, you push, you swipe, you push, and you just do that same movement, and it looks like this. I'm gonna go from here to the slide in 3, 2, 1. And you can even swap hands when you do it, but it's pretty fast for me, but that's just how I like to do it. And one more tip about ground is you want to stay really close to the ground. If you're not like close to the ground, it'll make like you a lot slower. Cause look, this is me when I run close with the ground, and this is me when I run far from the ground. Like, not only can the taggers like jump up and get you, but you can just like it leaves you very vulnerable, because you're like really high in the air and you can't move like fast because you're high in the air and you can't reach the ground. So like if I tried to move like that, like see, like you can't do it. Okay, so now before I teach y'all walls, I'm gonna teach you double walls, because there is multiple tips on walls that would have to do with double walls, and also how to do jukes on double walls. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to teach y'all is pinch climbing. You basically give it a big hug, and you push up. Like when you do it, you push up, and you like catch it, and like give it another hug. So like think of it as like doing it like this. Like, here, let me show you. You hug it, and then you push up, give it another hug. And one thing about pinch climbing, you don't want to push against it, because this is what happens when you push against it. Like you'll do it the first time, but then it'll like make you fall if you keep pushing against it like that. Because I've seen people do it before. When I try to teach them, they push against it, and that's gonna make you fall. So that's how you pinch climb. You just give it a hug, push up, and then give it another hug. Hug, push up, hug. And that's how I think about it when I pinch climb. Okay, the next thing is how to bounce wall to wall. How I do it is I put one of my hands on the wall like this, and then I push up, like I start from the ground first. I push off the ground, and then I have my hand, and I push side to side. Practice this motion. Just go push side to side, and once you get good at that, you're gonna push up and forward, up and like up and side, like you're gonna push up and side, like two motions at once, basically. So you push off the ground, side to side, but you're pushing up when you do it. So when you do it, look, let me give a representation here. So you put your hand against the wall and you push here. Let me make this high real quick. You dang. Okay, there we go. You push up and high. Like you push up like this. Push up. Okay? Like you push up like that. And then I push up. And this is how I think of it. Upside, upside. And here's what it looks like in full speed. You just push up, up, up. Like this. But in my ways, that is a good way to get caught. But it's also a good way to do jukes. Like you can like do that and stuff. But here is the most useful tip you're going to want to know how to do. It's okay, so it's called an elevator climb. And what that is it's basically where you put, let me make this a little bit more that way. It's basically where you have your arm in and you push up and in a circle motion. So when you do it, it looks like you're pushing up. Like, also, one tip about it, your arm does not connect with anything. Unlike your hand, it pushes off the stuff. Your arm does not come in contact, so you can go in. Anyways, you push up and in circle motions. So you push up, circle, up, and make sure you aren't staying onto it, because, I mean, it's a good way to start, but at the same time not, because it can make you stick to the wall and it can make your elevator stop. Anyways, this is how the motion looks like. You push up and then you do a circle, and then you push up and you do a circle, and you just push up, circle, push up, circle, push up, circle. And it looks like this from the inside. And you go a lot faster. See, I made a mistake myself. I got stuck because I kind of stuck close to the wall, and that keeps you from moving forward, and you kind of have to restart. Anyways, some jukes on it that I know are the I call this the side by side juke, because I'll be up, I'll see them, I'll push this side, and then I'll push down, and then I'll push up, and then I'll just go to the branches. But a good beginner juke on this, you'll be on it basically, and you'll see the person, just say for representation, they're right here, push down, down, up, like that, and it basically trips them up, and it makes them think that you're going down, basically. Sorry, I'm sick. Anyways, it basically makes them think you're going down, and then you just push up again. Now, we're moving on to the big guns, the walls. Okay, the first thing I'm going to teach is wall climbing. I like to use this wall because it has sharp edges. There is also the wall that I like to call the wall of learning. I'm going to use that to teach you how to wall climb, or wall run, and vertical. Anyways, what you do, it's just going to be like how you went up like this on the double walls, but you're going to be more slanted, so you want to move your body with it. It's going to be the same motion, but you're not going to be going side to side. You're going to be more slanted with it. And so a good way for you to start is by keeping your hands really close and just pushing up and get used to that motion. And then once you get comfortable, you can start pushing up more and more and more. And a good way is to even do 2 at a time. push up, 2, 1, 2. Here, let me show you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how I learned how to wall climb. Now, moving on to wall running. Let me go over there real quick. So, while I'm running over there, I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So, basically, what wall running is you're basically like running against the wall. Like, have you seen people where. Here, let me put this in third person real quick. They basically, like, have you seen them where they're like. They, like, do this? That's what I'm going to be teaching you. That's called wall running. And what wall running is basically like wall climbing, but you're on, like, you're not going side to side. You're staying on one side. And so, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't really have a lot to explain about it, but I will be teaching y'all how to do it. And I don't like to start from here, because that's not how you do it. But I have to go to the top of the stump or that branch right there. But I know people are like, how do you get to the top of stump? There is 3 easy ways that I like to do. There is one, it's basically the double walls and wall climbing. You push up, and up, and up, and then you're at the top. And there's 2 more easy ways. And this is one of the funnest ways. So, you're gonna, hold on, I messed up real quick, okay. So what you do is you're gonna wanna bounce you're gonna bounce to this branch, but you wanna make sure your hand is aligned with this. Your hand has to be like, straight on like this, and just push forward. Like, not like, yeah, like, just go, like, forward. And then the next part is you have to get to that branch. You land on this orange part. Push off and land on this orange part right here. And then you just push forward, like the other time. And you're on here, and then look at this. This is what it looks like when it's fast. Let me show you. This is what it looks like when it's fast. And then you're at top. But here is another way. This is how most beginners get up. You bounce off onto the lantern, or you could just jump onto the lantern. And then you jump from the lantern to, like, you can either bounce, jump, here, hold on, I'm kind of lagging. Bounce from the lantern to the tree and bounce onto here. Or you could just completely jump off the lantern onto this branch. Either way, the lantern way is easy because you're already on the branch. Anyways, you have to get to this branch, which is left from the cupcake, and you just run forward over here to this one. And you have to jump onto the slant. And when you do it, you keep your arm at a 90-degree angle with it, kind of. Like, you just keep it like this, and you run like this. Like, you don't, like, push against it, because if you push against it, you're gonna fall immediately. Like, look, if you do it and you push against it, this is what it looks like. You'll push against it, and you'll just fall, like that. And you don't want to fall. You want to, like, stay on it. And the best way to do that is by staying, like, gliding with the wall. So, like, this is what the motion looks like. You're just gonna keep doing that. And it looks like this. Like, here, I'll do it slow. Here. You glide with the wall. And it will make you run against the wall. So you just glide, like, with this. And see, I'm even touching slippery walls. So that's one of the most easiest ways to learn how to wall run. And now there's another way how to get up walls. And that, my friend, is called Lucio. And how you Lucio, or not Lucio, I'm very sorry. Well, you can learn Lucio, but I like to do vertical. And vertical is basically wall running, and wall climbing, but you're using one hand, and you're just pushing up like this to go high. And you're not, like, wall running or anything, you're just, like, pushing up. And I'll show you the motion. It's like the elevator, almost. But a good way to practice it is by putting your hand in here and starting slow and then just going really fast until you can get to the point, Like, and you have to make sure it does not touch it. Like, you gotta get really fast with it. Like, I'd say about that fast. Anyways, once you got that down, you can come over back to the wall. And a good way to start it, you push off onto the wall and you use the same motion, but like use the elevator way. So like that. And a good way to keep you to like stay on is by staying close. Instead of like how I said you have to make sure your arm every time you push up you have to do that. Instead, you wanna just stay close to it. Anyways, I'm gonna show you how it looks when you put it all together. You basically like look, if you can see from behind me, you push, and it looks like this. Like you push, you push up, and that's how I like to vertical. And it looks like this, and you can just vertical. And I like to change sides, and then it's like wall running but verticaling at the same time. Because you go up like 3 times, and then you change. This is the best way. Sorry. And then you can even do it on slippery walls. And yes, that's the last thing I'm going to be teaching y'all is how to slip slap. And that is touching the red walls up there. And so, this is how I do it. So once you've mastered like how to get up to slippery walls, you come up here. It's not really the best representation. I'll go to the wall of running in a second. You come up here. You're gonna want to push a lot harder and with a lot more force and push up. Like push more up than forward, but you also have to push forward. Which you're just gonna push really hard. And it looks like you push hard up and then you can touch red balls or slip slap. And the motion, like once you do this, you want to push off like this. And so it looks like this when you put it all together. You just go up the wall, and then you come over here. And then I will be teaching you how to run slippery walls in a second. And so you come over here, and then you just push up, and then use that way. And then you can land on the branch. And it's a good way to get away from lava monkeys. Okay, now the last thing is running on slippery walls. A bunch of people think it's like really hard and crap, but I say it's not, because it's basically running on walls, but you just like, I'm very sorry, I'm sick, but you basically just like run against the wall harder, and it makes you kind of stick to it. And the best way, turn on 60 hertz. It's optional, but it makes your game, it makes everything a lot more stickier. And you can look, I have 60 hertz on right now, and it makes me stick to the wall. Anyways, let me get up to the slippery walls real quick. You want to run, like when you do it though, you push really hard. So like, come over here, push hard, and you run with it like that. That's how I do it. Another good way to do it is by Lucioing. And Lucioing is basically your hands are doing this motion. And so like you run against the wall like this. When you do Lucios, you run against the wall. So look, this is what it looks like on normal wall. Like you just run against the wall with your hands. And the way your hands have to be is like, this is how I do it. I tilt them inward, and then I turn them down, and I do it like that. And that's how I do it. But don't tilt it down so much. Tilt it down like this, and just do it. Anyways, let me get back up to slippery walls real quick, or the top of that branch. You just come up here. Hold on, let me fix my strap real quick. I'm sorry. You come up here, and the way you do it, you can either go up and do it like that. Oh my god, I keep falling on this branch, I'm sorry guys. Or you can run over here, and you can just like run against the wall like this. Here, let me get a better way, like a better demonstration. So a good way to like start is by running over here. And the best way for me is use your dominant hand as like, say your dominant hand is the left hand, you're gonna start right here. If your dominant hand is the right hand, start over there. My dominant hand is my left hand, but I use everything with my right hand except for writing. So how you do it is you, let me get up to slipperies, and oh my god, you do the same motion, but like I said, you have to be more harder with it. And so let me come over here now that I'm on slippery walls. Like, be harder with it. And that's basically like how I was teaching y'all how to run against slippery walls. You're gonna want to be harder with it. It's just like how you run with it, and it makes you go up the slippery walls and run against them. Anyways, that is how you learn the fundamentals. And once y'all guys get me to 75 subs, I will make an entire video about juking. Anyways, I just want to say thank y'all guys so much for 50 subs, and I'll see y'all again when I'm at 75. Bye!